Star Trek has succeeded in building a fictional universe that's so expansive it takes some time to get used to it, making it one of the longest running and most popular science fiction series of all time. The most fascinating planets in the Star Trek series have everything, from a rich history to a distinctive culture that captivates the viewer. In today's video, we'll be talking about the most interesting planets in the Star Trek franchise. First, we have Vulcan. Gene Roddenberry set the planet that is arguably the most well-known in the Star Trek universe. 40 Eridani in a genuine star system. There may be exoplanets in the trinary system of 3 dwarf stars located around 16 light-years from Earth, but none have been found there yet. The largest chosen as Vulcan's home world is 40 Eridani A. Vulcan is thought to be a hotter, more massive planet than Earth, with stronger gravity and thinner atmosphere. It is also home to the pointy-eared, green-blooded Vulcans and Star Trek's recognizable Mr. Spook. Seas are scattered throughout the vast deserts and hilly regions. Several Star Trek movies and television episodes feature the planet, which is destroyed in J.J. Abrams' alternate reality. HD 209458b is a hot Jupiter orbiting so close to its star that its atmosphere is being blown into space, leaving a large, detectable tail. This is an example of a real exoplanet being destroyed by its own sun, not vengeful aliens. Because Vulcan is predominantly a desert planet with high temperatures and gravity, non-Vulcans find it challenging to survive there, but there's no disrupting the planet's aesthetic appeal and its lengthy, fascinating history. Next, Andoria. The contrast between the planet Vulcan and the Andorian homeworld can be characterized as going from hot to cold. Because Andoria is an ice planet, the temperature never rises above 0, even during the summer. To put it another way, visitors from outside should bring a lot of warm clothing. However, because the Andorians aren't the friendliest people around, traveling to Andoria involves personal risk. They harbor deep resentments towards other species, especially the Vulcans, and are paranoid, violent, and hostile. Given the size of the universe and the proximity of these two planets, it's possible that this is due to the little distance between them. Whatever its drawbacks, Andoria just seems cool, and among the things to do there are the nearby mountains and underground caverns to visit. Although no definitive exomoons have been found, some may be icy and terraformable. Gas giants in our solar system are home to frozen moons like Jupiter's Europa and Saturn's Enceladus, which have subterranean oceans encased in ice shells. After that, Risa. The pleasure planet is how most people refer to Risa, and the moniker is accurate. Starfleet crews frequently visit there on vacation to unwind and breathe fresh air. Risa provides the stressed-out Starfleet officers with everything they need to unwind, including stunning scenery, beaches, gardens, pools, blue skies, and trees. Risa is a great location for learning about and interacting with alien species because it draws a variety of cultures from throughout the quadrant. Of course, as the Starfleet officers quickly discover, no utopia is without its problems. For instance, 2 of Captain Archer's men are misled and robbed by neighborhood criminals when the Star Trek Enterprise crew visits Risa. Most of the time, Risa's attractiveness makes up for this minor flaw. According to Star Trek fan lore, Epsilon Ceti, a genuine star system located 79 light-years from Earth, is the double star system that the planet is claimed to orbit. Many exoplanets have been found in orbit around binaries, despite the fact that no genuine planets have yet been located around these stars. Moving on, Shoreleave Planet. The amusement park planet, often referred to as the Shoreleave Planet, was an empty planet in the Omicron Delta system. As of the late 2260s, it had operated for eons and catered to the crews of numerous ships. It was built as a sort of amusement park by an unidentified race. Humanoid life forms could survive in the atmosphere. The planet's lovely exterior hid a massive factory that had been built by an unknown culture. The planet was like a theme park, scanning guests' minds with tiny antennae. The information gathered in this way was utilized to create artifacts that represented the visitors' imaginations. After they were finished, they were placed on the ground close to the person they represented. The Keeper, a member of this race whom the Enterprise crew briefly encountered, informed them that his people built the planet so they might visit and have fun there. Hikaru Sulu questioned the need for play in such a technology-advanced culture, but Kirk asserted that the more complex the mind, the greater the need for simplicity of play, and the Keeper agreed. We also have Nibiru, the homeworld of the pre-industrial culture known as the Nibirians. Nibiru was an M-class planet. The planet had a tropical climate similar to that of Earth, except its vegetation was red rather than green. Additionally, there were enormous fish and an unidentified species of calm mammals there. According to production designer Scott Chambliss, everyone involved in Star Trek Into Darkness wanted the movie to start on a tropical planet that felt unique and different from Earth. The crimson vegetation was then used as inspiration for the conceptual art. In his experiments, Scott Chambliss explored the use of color in digital art. Next, Sigma Lotia 2. Visitors to other planets also put their lives in danger when visiting Andoria. Even though Sigma Lotia 2 is less well known, it is nonetheless remarkable. The planet has a distinct theme, notably gangster. Everything looks how it would have in 1920s Chicago during the Prohibition era. When Kirk and Spock visit the planet and struggle to blend in, especially Spock, they have to learn this the hard way. The Nazi planet, which also appears in Star Trek the original series, is still a preferable choice for a visit. How did Sigma Lotia 2 arrive at this time then? The villagers decided to stylize their society in accordance with the book Chicago Mobs of the 20s after purchasing it. Sigma Lotia 2 is unique among the Star Trek planets as a result of the abundance of fashionable uniforms and vintage vehicles, as well as tough language and weapons. With actual people, it is somewhat reminiscent of the theme park in Westworld. The second planet in the Beta Quadrant Sigma Lotia system that was inhabited was named Sigma Lotia 2. It was the home world of the pre-warp humanoid species known as the Lotians. The planet was situated in the far reaches of the Milky Way galaxy, and it took standard radio communications 100 years to travel from there to the United Federation of Planets in the year 2260. After that, Vendikir, the third planet in the Alpha Quadrant Zeminair system that was inhabited, was called Vendikir, also known as Zeminair 3. The primary planet of the star cluster, NGC 321 Zeminair 7, colonized this world. Vendikir was ruled by a planetary government for more than 500 years. The High Council of Vendikir presided over this administration. Direct communication existed between this council and the High Council of Zeminair, which had not been used since the year 2267. The space-traveling Eminians founded Vendikir centuries before the year 23. Sometime in the 18th century, the Eminians, later known as Vendikins, would start an intergalactic conflict, a pact that both nations' side laid forth the terms of this war. In this computer-simulated conflict, participants voluntarily killed themselves in disintegration stations. Computer projections determined the number of casualties. Vessels orbiting the globe were legitimate targets in the conflict. A true conflict might break out if any side violates this agreement. Moving on, Remus. Remus was the third planet in the Romulus system that was inhabited. It was situated in Sector Z6 of the Beta Quadrant. The Raymans, a humanoid species ruled by the Romulans, called this planet their home. On the view screen of the USS Enterprise's Ready Room in 2259, a stellar cartography chart showed this planet's position and its connection to the Romulus system. The insignia of the system was green, signifying that it was a member of the Romulan Star Empire. Remus was tidally locked, with one hemisphere facing the Romulan sun and the other facing away from it. Due to the intense heat on the day side, the Reman civilization was situated on the night side. In both Star Trek Nemesis and the original series, Remus is mentioned when the Enterprise pursues a Romulan vessel known as the Bird of Prey. With many potential candidates among the tens of thousands of exoplanets found by NASA's Kepler Space Observatory, tidally locked worlds may likely exist. Lastly, Janus 6. In the Alpha Quadrant, on the sixth habitable planet in the Janus system was Janus 6. The intelligent Horta, a non-humanoid species, called this world home. The Janus 6 colony, which had been around for a while, possessed production facilities that had been running for more than 50 years as of 2267. 12 planets defended on the colony's Pergium production, which was significant. There was no atmosphere on Janus 6. Despite the planet's abundance of mineral resources, conventional mining technology had difficulty accessing them. Gold, Pergium, platinum, cerium, and uranium were among the minerals found. The Mother Horta retaliated by sabotaging equipment and killing 50 colonists by the time she was stopped 3 months later. At the time, the Federation was unaware of the Horta until that year, when a new level was opened up and the miners unintentionally started destroying Horta eggs. After it was discovered that the Horta was a sentient being, a deal was made to allow the two groups to coexist on the planet. Their silicon-based biochemistry, which resembles that that of rocks rather than carbon, encourages us to consider the various forms life may take across the universe, some of which may not be immediately apparent. The star map, the explored galaxy that was on display in Captain James T. Kirk's quarters on board the USS Enterprise A in 2293, had Janus 6's location in the Milky Way galaxy marked on it. All these planets and their histories are extremely interesting. That's a wrap for this video. Which one of these planets would you like to visit? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.